There it goes, guys. Off to end performance, and hopefully I'll see you back in a couple days, and we'll unbox this and take a look.
What's up, guys? So this is gonna be part 3 of the SMG to 6-speed manual conversion on the carbon black E46 behind me, M3 behind me. In this segment, I feel like this is gonna be one of the most important ones. Reason being is because, as you can see right next to me on my right here, there's a ton of packages that I've acquired all week. Payson is not here, but that's actually on the way. My good friends up at Amp Autoworks, they actually got that thing done in like 2 days, and they already shipped it back out to me. So I should be seeing that probably around Monday, and I'll be doing a review about that. But in this segment, I'm gonna actually go through all the parts that came in the mail, so you guys get a better idea of what a conversion like this will cost you. I'll go through the pricing and all the items. All right, guys. So here you have it. This is everything you need. I know it might look a little bit overwhelming, seeing all these packages, but it's somewhat basic. So I'm gonna go over the list. This is actually the list. The majority of these parts came from ECS Tuning, and then I sourced a couple other parts from eBay because they was just a couple dollars cheaper than ECS Tuning. Same thing, same product, but it was a couple dollars cheaper. And listen, if you could save a buck or two, save a buck or two. It's important. You're gonna need it for something else. So let's go through the list. So the main thing is the clutch pedal. So you have the clutch pedal. This is a clutch pedal, and the clutch pedal actually comes with a whole kit. It comes with what is this? This is the bushings. Come with a bushings, circlip, and just some little other miscellaneous parts, but the whole clutch pedal comes with everything you need as far as the clutch pedal goes. Then you got the gear identification, which is this sensor here. This sensor is a little pricey, but it lets you know gear, lets the car knows what gear it's in, and when you go in reverse, this is what's going to function. The mirrors make the mirrors tilt down and stuff. This sensor here. Then we got all the transmission fluid. So I got 2 bottles of transmission fluid. Proper is 75W-80 GL5. This is from Fetty. And going down this lift, we have the shifter arm. So the shifter arm is here. We got the shifter arm. The short shift kit. So the ECS sells a nice kit. So what they do is, and I bought the Alcantara because I'm buying Alcantara steering wheel stitch as well. So this is the Alcantara shift boot. With the weighted ZCP 6-speed shift knob. See that there? I love the shift knob. I think I had this in most of my M3s. And they got a nice weight to it too. It also comes with this. This is BMW Motorsports. This is their short shifter from BMW Motorsports, which, it's pretty good. I've had it before. I've used it before. It's a decent quality. It's actually a really good quality. More than just decent. And this is a selector arm. This is a factory BMW selector arm that hooks up to the bottom of the lever, to the arm. Come with a clip. It comes with one of these clips here. Going down this list, what else we got? We got the Po' Boy clutch stop. That's this here. So I bought an aluminum clutch stop. They do sell the plastic ones, but I'm like, for a few more bucks, why not, opt for the better quality clutch stop here. The bearing pin. We got the bearing pin. This This is the bearing pin here. Shift arm bushing. Shift arm bracket. Shift arm bracket. Where you at? Shift arm. Oh, here we go. This is a shift arm bracket. This is what's gonna hook up. This bushing. This bushing. This arm goes in this bushing. This bushing sits right behind the lever. So this, I'm gonna actually bolt this into the car. I'm gonna make some holes. I'm gonna bolt up these 3 sections because I do not own a welder. So no welder means I can't, spot weld these on. This thing doesn't really take much weight. It doesn't really have much weight at all at any time. This bushing just sits in it, so it's okay to, bolt it up. So then you got the shifter bushings. Got a bunch of bushings around here. Where's the bushings? Where's the shifter bushing? Oh, here we go. This is the bushing here. This bolt bushing. It sits inside the arm. Then you got the clutch switch. What's the clutch switch? Clutch switch is here. This is the clutch switch. And this is the harness for the clutch switch. When we get to the electrical part, I'll be going over that more in depth. Got the clutch line. So this is gonna go from the master cylinder, the back of the master cylinder, go down to the steel braided clutch line that I ordered. That's the only thing that's actually not here. I ordered a steel braided clutch line from a different company because I didn't want to get the factory rubber clutch line, because with the steel braided one, it gives you a better pedal feel. It's a lot more firm. So I love steel braided brake lines, clutch lines. Anytime it comes to lines, I like them to be solid. So this is the hard line. The steel braided line is on its way in the mail. I'm supposed to get that Monday. Clutch bracket, clutch line bracket. This is the clutch line bracket here. This is just gonna hook the clutch, keep the clutch line secure against the body of the car. Then you got this clutch line here. This hooks up to the master cylinder, not the master cylinder, slave cylinder, to the steel braided clutch line that I just told you about. Another mandatory piece. Self-locking nuts. I got the black, ultra black. This is gonna be my gasket maker here. This is what I'm gonna make the gasket back with, between the casing and the transmission. You need to get this, make sure you seal it all the way around and around the bolt areas as well. Make a nice tight seal. You don't want that transmission leaking. Then I have, so this right here is actually a Vanos rebuild kit. So I'm gonna actually be and it comes with a ton of parts. This, and a ton of other little grommets here. So I'm gonna, after, I get this completed, once the car is up and running again, I'm gonna rebuild the whole Vanos and reseal the entire valve cover. Just because I'm already there, might as well do everything that I can do to the car right now since I'm already this far in. This is the grommet here. This is actually what's gonna go by the shifter. So the shifter is gonna pass through this and through the body of the car. That way you don't get no air and stuff going through the car. And then this big rubber piece here sits right where the SMG shifter used to sit. So it's gonna sit right on top of that. What else is around here? A bunch of little miscellaneous parts. A lot of them aren't that important, but I'm actually gonna put this list up. I'm gonna put this list up so you guys can actually see the list. So this right here is a very important piece. It's a dowel pin, and this pin sits on the other side of this lever. Now stock, oh yeah, brought a new lever as well, because while you're in there changing the clutch, doing anything with the clutch, it's important that you should change that part. So this, I upped up, spent probably a couple more dollars for this brass pin. It's important that you spend that extra couple bucks if you ever reach this stage for this brass pin, because my plastic pin was actually broken and that was giving me some vibration. Last thing you want to do is skimp on, I think this cost me 12 bucks. And the plastic one is like 8 bucks. You don't want to skimp on $4 and have to do all this all over again just because this breaks in the future. So, opt for the brass one. These here is the seals for the transmission. This is the main front seal for the transmission. This is the rear seal for the transmission. And this is the shifter lever seal for the transmission. While I'm there, I want to make sure, not a drop of anything ever leaks from this transmission. It seems like a lot, but it's really not that much stuff. A lot of this goes together really quick, really easy, and it's kind of simple. Don't let this whole full table overwhelm you if you ever reach this stage. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over this clutch, because I opt to just get a whole new clutch kit. Although the clutch, when I took the clutch off, to my surprise, it was in great condition. I was just like, wow, I don't really need to change it. But once again, I've already reached this far, so I'm just going to change it. So I know a lot of you want to know what's the pricing on all of these items here. Now, you don't have to buy a Vanos kit. That is a little bit more advanced, so you don't have to get a Vanos kit. You might not have to change your oil. So let's just eliminate, how much did that cost me on this list? $216. I had to make a second order to ECS Tuning for the clutch fork, transmission input shaft seal, output shaft seal, transmission shift rod seal, which are these pieces over here. So minus the clutch system from this, which is $550, about 40 bucks on this. And then on here, about $900. So roughly, let's just say, $1,000. So you're looking at somewhere of $1,000 plus these parts here that I purchased from eBay, like another 100 and change bucks. So roughly $1,100 is the basic amount that you need to do this conversion. Well, here we have the clutch kit. This is a complete clutch kit from DKM Performance. Now, I mean, me personally, I never heard about DKM Performance until, I don't know, 3 weeks ago when I started to, inquire about this entire project. But I did a lot of research on them, and I asked people who have their clutch systems in their M3s, about them, and I also read reviews on them. And one of the main things to me, besides the positive reviews that I got from the people that's actually using it, was the price and the completion of the kit, and the fact that this kit is being sold on pretty much every platform that sells performance parts or race parts. So this is a race clutch system, street and race, and it comes with this 6-sprung disc here, and it's pretty nice, beefy clutch disc. Time will tell how it holds up, but as I said, everyone that's been using this have great things to say about it. So now this is a single mass flywheel. Factory comes with the dual mass flywheel, which basically has like the dampener in the middle, and I personally don't really care for it because I love that raw feeling. And with the single mass, it's direct. It's direct, and the great thing about this is it's not a lightweight flywheel. I mean, lightweight flywheel, you're spending upwards of $1,000 bucks. I've been there a few times. but it is lighter than the stock. It's about 2 pounds lighter than the stock. And you know, from a lot of the reviews, I hear that 2 pounds make a difference. I mean, right now it feels like a ton, but it's 2 pounds lighter than the stock. And this is their pressure plate. This is their pressure plate. What I really love about this kit, though, besides these 3 main components, this is a complete kit. They sell a complete kit, which no one else is really selling for under $1,000. You know, complete kit. Throwout bearing. Throwout bearing, release bearing. The alignment tool comes with this kit. They give you the bolts for the flywheel in this kit. They give you the bolts for the pressure plate in the kit. They even give you red and blue Loctite. Not even expensive kits aren't really giving you Loctite, you know. So the fact that they give you everything you need to do a complete clutch job, hey, listen, they sold me, and it's way better than the factory stuff. But I'm gonna put it in, and when this is all done, feel it out, and I'll have my own reviews, and I'll also be leaving a review on ECS. Once again, this kit was only $550. For $550, I mean, shit, can't go wrong with a complete kit with great reviews. And they've been around a couple years now, you know, making their mark on the race industry. So yeah, you know, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get this in the car. All right, so this is what we're going to be doing today while I'm still waiting for the transmission casing to come back. I'm going to be drilling out this section here. Usually, you know, people will say, you know, you could cut it out, Dremel it out and stuff like that. I was going to do that, but then I remembered I have this perfect 3-inch oversized drill bit. I mean, if you have one of these, great. If you don't, you really don't need to go out and buy it, because I think this thing cost me about $50. But hey, teeth are a little choppy. I'm just gonna use it anyway. It'll make the perfect size hole. Then I need to get that started. Then I'm gonna get that pedal in here. Right now you're seeing 2 pedals. Shortly you guys are gonna see 3 pedals in this bad boy. I'm gonna run the clutch lines. Gonna run it underneath the carpet there to a grommet hole that's already pre-drilled in the body. I'm gonna run the reservoir line up to the reservoir from the master cylinder as well. I'm gonna put the seals. I'm gonna put the shifter seal on, this rear seal, and well, when the casing come back, I'm gonna put the seal that goes up front. So I just took this plug out of where the gear position sensor is going to be, and I guess it was a good time that this transmission is finally getting serviced, because the spring that sits in here, I notice, is in a bunch of pieces. Car probably didn't know what gear it was in. Yeah, so definitely Gotta get a new spring. Clean out all these debris here. Carrier for the bushing that holds the shifter bolted in place. Shifter just chilling, waiting to be hooked up to the transmission, to this beautiful clutch. Alright guys, so finally we got third pedal. It looks so good, like it always belonged there. Hooked up the master cylinder, hooked up the lines, ran the line, ran the brake line up, not the brake line, but ran the hydraulic line up to the reservoir. Shifter's in place. It's just wobbling around right now, but it's in place. But yeah, made a lot of headway tonight. The selector arm and the seals are on the transmission. Tomorrow I'm gonna get my tap and I'll be tapping this out. What's up guys? So I mean, as you can see, a ton of the parts got used. I got a lot of work I got a lot of work done on the car. You know, I got the clutch in. Showed you guys I got the centers all drilled out for the shift linkage. A bunch of other stuff has been done that I covered in the video, but pretty much all I'm waiting on now is just the casing. Once the casing gets back from Amp Auto Works, then yeah, I'll be pretty much good to go. Start bolting everything back on, and possibly even getting this thing started. Go through the gears this week, probably the end of the week or so, after I finish up some other stuff that I have to do. But yeah, I mean, put in at least 8 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours probably into this thing, and I made a lot of progress. And if you like this project and you like what's going on, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, because I will be having other videos to follow up with the project and the progress. And yeah, you know, tell someone that you know that might be interested. Shoot them the link, have them view it. Thank you.